This is a way of composing melodies and music, a way to expand your theory knowledge in an actually cool way. I've always hated scales. I started playing guitar since I was 3 years old. All my teachers were really like, learn scales, but I just really didn't like it. And it was first until I actually graduated from the music conservatorium that I realized how awesome scales are, because they are like this formula where you can get this introduction into a new language that you elseways maybe wouldn't have like understood, because when you listen to a new language and new scales, then it's new and then sometimes it doesn't make sense that much. But when you then have this scale that just says that this actually is usable, then it's easier for your ears actually to like learn to understand it, learn to accept it. So in this video we're gonna expand our palettes with new scales, new sounds, and also learning how to make music in another way maybe. And I think this is extremely fun and exciting, and I just really love this method of making music. So let's get started. I'm using Spitfire Audio Labs soft piano because I just love the sound. I'm gonna make a drone that is going to play our root note. I just decided on C for today just because it's easy. We can just make the piano play the C like this. Boom. And then we need some percussive. So let's just turn on the metronome to have something that makes us able to actually understand the rhythmic part of this. But you can also do like I did and just make a synthesizer bass and a drum loop, because I just think that it's more inspiring for me to do. So it sounds like this. So, next step. We create a new MIDI clip, we activate scale, and then we go into the list of scales. And this is like, here the magic happens, I think. No, it's not really. But this is where you're like, you can choose to learn something new. I would just take something that you maybe have heard of, or if you're really brave, then you should take something you have never heard of. But you have to remember to finish your song, because if you start something and it becomes difficult and it's like you don't finish it, then you don't learn anything and you will just think that this is really difficult, but it's not. It's extremely scary because you're gonna do something that you have never done before, and that's just scary, and your whole brain and body will just tell you to like, oh, quit, this is stupid. But you need to finish this, because if you finish this you will learn something and you will get excited, and you will probably do this again, because you will just realize how exciting it is to actually do something else than just using major and minor scales. And doing this will also just introduce you more options when you're actually making music, and more options means more excitement. So this is like, you need to do it. Okay, but I will choose something I have never made a song with. So harmonic major, and then I'm going to scale here and select scale, and this is just like folding to the notes and the scales. If you only have an older version of Ableton, you can like go and find the scale, and I'll just deselect it from this clip, and then write C bow 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 bow, and then copy these an octave up, move them one step back, and then press fold, and then you will only also be able to see these notes. So you'll just like need to like actually do some digging and find your own scales and learn how to put them into Ableton. But that's also extremely nice to do. So this is just like the lazy way. But sometimes it's really good to be lazy when you're doing something that's a bit scary. So let's listen to the scale, and how we're going to do that is that I will make a note as a C. I will turn on this headphone symbol. I will also unmute my piano, and I will use the arrow up and down. And I will turn on my drums and my bass, especially the bass, because it's so important to do this with the bass. Because if you don't have a bass, then your body, your ears will kind of like try to make it sound like something that it's more familiar with, and then maybe you will like actually use one scale to make music in another scale. It's kind of confusing, but you just need to promise me that you will always use a root note that will continue through all this melody when you're writing the melody now. So let's start. And if you're really cool, you can try to sing along. Because singing along is just like a way to like making sure that you're actually understanding it. I made a video about it. It's just like your voice is a lie detector. So also now I get to feel where the difference is. So it's like there's something with the A flat which is really cool, I think. The next step is to make a melody. And when you do this, sing along, and every time you choose a note, just listen to all the different options. It's just like my video with how to make melodies for your lyrics. Take your time, listen to all the notes. This takes a bit longer, but in the end, this is the fastest way of doing something, because this will just make sure that you're actually doing something that you like. So let's make a melody. Boom, 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 boom. The B3 really just excited me the most. You could also already now add a lyric to your melodies. So every melody hit is a new syllable from your lyrics. But again, go and watch how to make melodies for your lyrics if you haven't watched that before. Okay, but we will continue. I like this, but let's continue. And always sing along. I like this the most. And now my intuition just said like longer, and how it felt like. Again, it's just like without thinking about it, because I've activated my voice by singing along, my voice just continues singing what it wants to sing and hear. And remember, just like riding your bike, repeat what you do, because you're not gonna get it right the first time. So do 3 melodies, maybe 4, and just play around with it. It doesn't take long, and you will learn so extremely much from doing so. But I finished my first melody, so let's continue to the next step. I'm gonna make a copy, and I'm gonna mute everything else. And now we're gonna harmonize the melody. And we're gonna harmonize it by adding first the root and the fifth, and then when we have added the root and the fifth, we are gonna add the third. And I also made a video about it, and I will like try to make something up here. Oh, and by the way, this melody doesn't need to be your singing melody. It can also be just like a melody that's on top of your chords. It can be a melody that's in your choir. But the thing about doing this is just to do something new, because when we're doing something new, then we obstruct our ways of always doing the same. And when we quit doing the same, then we will experience something new. And this is what it's all about, experiencing something so we have something to share, because it's extremely fun to experience something new. Okay, let's make some harmonization. Oh, and from now on I will just not use the scale notes anymore. You could use the scale notes to make the chords also, but I just like to mix it, because already now I have been giving so much new material. So for me it's just, yeah, I don't need them anymore. Now I can just harmonize it without. So, and just like with everything else, try out as many options as possible. And it doesn't need to fit with both notes. I kind of like this the most. So I will try something new. I didn't like that. I think I love this. And the reason to do like 1, 5 and then add the third is because now we can try both major and minor, and if we are like doing it only with triads, then it's just more confusing. So I finished harmonizing my melody. Let's take a listen. So the next step is to finish the song, because if you don't finish the song, it's just like this thing, and what is this thing, and it's impossible to understand what this thing is until you finish it. So make multiple melodies and harmonizations parts. You can use different scales when you get that far, and do one scale for the chorus and one scale for the verse, or make just like use one scale for the B part and just use major or minor for the rest of the song. But it's all about igniting your curiosity. learning that there's so much more you can do to make it more exciting to make music, because it's all about having fun. It's not about being the best, but it's about making the most exciting for you to make music, because this is what makes your music interesting. And you need to make it interesting for yourself to make music, because if it's not fun, then what's the point of doing it? You won't get success if it ain't fun, and it ain't fun if it ain't fun. What I do when I make these songs is that I learn to play them on my keyboard or a guitar or whatever, and then I record it to add my character to it. But go ahead and finish the song, because you need to finish it. If you don't finish it, you won't learn anything, and this will just be something silly that you did, because if you don't finish it, you won't understand it. If you like this video, then please hit the thumbs up button and consider to subscribe to my channel. And if you like my way of making music, then go and check out my online music school. I have a course now called The Essentials, where I'll be your online coach for 6 weeks and help you to write 6 songs, so 1 song weekly. Go and check it out, ransby.biz. Enjoy. Don't hold back, I want all of you. I'll do my best, 'cause I want us to win. If I never had any doubt, if I never left home, if I never swiped right, if I never looked you in the eyes, now I'm dreaming of a new day. Now I'm fixed and full of new unsolved questions. I'm ready to lose my breath. Now I'm ready to face my addiction.